So normally I like to start with just a basic 4/4 kick drum beat. And lately I've been using this plugin by Sonic Academy. The plugin is called Kick, and basic kicks. I mean, this is just to mark the beat so we can go ahead. And another thing I want to stress about this particular course, it's obviously we all use sample packs. The thing is to use them in a way where you're being creative and you're taking it from where it is, which is a standard thing that anybody and their mother could download and purchase, and really putting your individual personal twist on it, and perhaps it inspiring beyond what the sample pack has or what the generic sample has. So this is kind of my approach. Again, I've been doing this quite a while, and I treat those sample pack samples the way I treated the ones I used to get off vinyl and old stuff. It's just a matter of taking it from its source and flipping it, as we say. So let's start with the kick drum. Basic 4/4 beat. Let's go to, I like 125 beats per minute right now. That's kind of what I like. Doesn't matter. It could be whatever. We all have, the CDJs have pitch, so let's not get too stuck on tempo. Basic 4/4 beat. We'll quantize that at a quarter note, and we go ahead and loop that. Let's go in. As far as my kick drums, I like all my velocities to be the same. So we'll go to here, we'll go to note velocity, highlight, and drag to the top. This is how I do it. I'm sure there's other ways, faster, nerdier ways to do it, but this is how I found the quickest way. And for some reason, my machine keeps sending C-press. Don't know why, but it does. Go ahead and get that out of there. We don't need that. I know there's a way to shut it off in the filter, but we're not gonna get into that. We wanna make music today. We're not gonna nerd out. So switch that to 8-bar loop rather. Come on, man. And another important thing is looking ahead. We're already, we're a click away from clipping. See that? So we want to start, I like to start at -8. That gives me enough headroom where I start stacking and stacking, and we still we don't clip the master bus. So -8's a good start. You can go less, you can go more, whatever, but this is a good start that I found with my setup. So we can now look maybe for like some kind of hi-hat loop. Now I have tons of loops that I created myself. Some of them I took from my old Akai sampler, which is right over there, that white one over there. It's turned off right now. I was able to take all my old samples and create Apple loops, which is really cool. So let's go here into my Apple loops. And I'll show you along the way, I'll show you how to create Apple loops if you don't know how to do it. I'm sure you can Google it, whatever, but I want something less rhythmic because I don't want to dictate so much where the track is going at this point. So we want something real basic. Go ahead and drag that in. I like half of this loop. So we'll go ahead and take the first 2 quarter notes and get rid of the rest. We're gonna call this Fader Pro Armada. Real basic. We don't want too much swing right now. We don't want too much movement at this point because we don't know what kind of loop we're gonna find. So we'll loop that out to A bars. Now you're probably wondering why I don't loop it, just hit L, like this for example. I found that later on down the road in the track, it tends to go off beat sometimes, not always, but sometimes. In this particular case, it doesn't go off beat, so we might be able to just do that. But later I'll show you, if we run across it, how the looped audio in Logic sometimes will go off, and that's no good, especially if you want to make a nice beat-friendly tight track. Another basic little up hat will be fine. Let's see. That's pretty good. Basic 909 stuff. Okay, now let's go look for something, some inspirational stuff. I keep all my samples, most of my samples I keep all on one hard drive, obviously backed up because, you know, as you know, drives can go. It's always good to back up your work. Let's see. I don't know, some of these are just funny titles, but whatever. Deep Tech Love. Let's see what this is. Drum loops. Are there drum loops? Beat loops. Let's see what they got.
Once again.
I honestly don't know what I'm looking for, but I'll know when I see it, when I hear it. A lot of these loops I purchase. A lot of these loops, you know, among my peers, we trade a lot as well. So like I'll get loops from producer X, producer Y, and then I send them what I have. I'll send them my custom-made loops. So there's a community of us that share samples, which is cool. This has something in the low end that I like. So this was at 122 beats per minute. Obviously we have to stretch that. So in Logic, it's real simple. You just hold down Option, you get that little tool thing on the bottom, and you just drag it to where the bar starts right there. And it'll automatically time stretch for you. So, I like what that's doing. I just like the first bar is fine. I don't like the turnaround, the do. So we'll just take that first bar and loop it. The EQ in Logic, I really just want that low end. We're gonna add, that's gonna be in addition to the kick drum. So we'll switch that at a 48 dB cut, which is really sharp, if you notice the difference here. See that? We want that. We want to get as much frequency out as possible. And the analyzer is very helpful because you can see what you're doing and hear it, which is good. We just want that. I'm going to take some of this sub bass out, around 30 hertz, maybe 40. Right there. we'll give it a little, years ago we would do a side compression, side chain compression. Now with tools like the LFO tool, it's even easier because you can really dial in how you want it to affect the effect of it breathing, the sidechain compression. So this mimics it, and it allows you to really kind of sculpt how you want it to sound. Now this kick drum, it's a little too high pitched for me. So what I like to do is I want to tune this kick drum, right? Now you could do it with the plugin, but I kind of like to use the sound shifter in waves, and I put that on twice so I can get 2 octaves up. So if you don't have waves, go buy it and go up 12 semitones, which is a full octave. Then option drag that down and you copy it. You basically copied it. You see we have 1 and 2. So we went up 2 octaves. Now let's listen to it. A little too subby. A little too subby for my taste. It's almost like an 808. It sounded good there. Now let's take off the sound shifters and hear what it sounds like. That's what we want right there. Now we can go back and really sculpt that. We can go back and really sculpt that kick drum, but not yet. We're not there yet. So we'll bring this up to 8 bars. And actually, you know what? I like to work in 8-bar audio chunks. So let's get rid of all that. Let's delete that. And we'll merge that with your glue tool, and we will have an 8-bar loop of that. And we'll do the same with this kind of bassy loop. Maybe we could take out the click portion of it. See how our master's going, clipping? So we address that as we work. Go to our mixer and highlight everything we have right now. We're half a dB up, so let's go half a dB down. Let's go a whole dB down, just because I know it's just gonna start stacking and getting more loud. We could find a nice bass sound.